So welcome to my latest purchase. This is another 3-bedroom property that I'm going to convert into a 6-bedroom all-ensuite HMO. So the plan today is to walk you through the property and to show you exactly how I'm going to transform it room by room. So come with me, I'm going to show you the first room. So I'm standing in the living room, and as you know with these HMO projects, we're going to go back to brick across the entire property before we start building to understand the condition of the actual property. In this room in particular, the first thing we're going to do is get rid of the chimney breast because it takes up space, and then it allows us to actually use this space for fixture and fittings. So in this corner here, I'm going to have a fridge cabinet storage unit. Next to it will be a desk. There'll be a bit of free space, and then the ensuite for this room will be in that corner there, which will be a nice rectangle shape. So we're going to brick up this area here, and then it will allow us to put the shower, sink and toilet in that corner. The bed will be on this side here with the bedside table, and then we're actually shifting the door down slightly, which is a very smart way of using the room to put the wardrobe behind in that corner. So as you can imagine, the door currently opens that way. We're going to open it that way, and the wardrobe will be behind. So it's using dead space, which would allow the tenant to have all this other space here, which is really good. Nice bay window for great natural lighting, and then we're going to leave this area sort of free. If we walk into what is the dining room, which will be our second room, we're going to put up a partition wall across. So imagine it would sort of stop here. The door to enter this room is going to be around here. We're going to have a bed in that corner, a bedside table, the wardrobe, and then we're going to have a desk at the end of the beds. So you've still got quite a lot of floor space for the tenant in this particular room. Now the ensuite for this bedroom, we're going to knock through this wall here, and that will be the door to get into the ensuite here. And I'm going to show you how we have thought about redesigning this entire space here to create the ensuite and also then the passage into the kitchen. So if you just for a second imagine that this is not here, right? And this has sort of been knocked down. We're going to use this surface area here for the ensuite for that room down here. And then in order to get into the kitchen, we're going to knock through this wall here. Underneath here is the stairs, again, desk space. And then what you can do is if you're coming down the hallway, you're going to sort of slant to your left and then wrap around inside the kitchen. So it's a really great way of being able to take space which you're not using, you're not going to use for HMO, storage there, storage here, ensuite, passage into the kitchen. So if you follow me into the kitchen, I'm going to show you exactly how we're going to modify this space to create a good communal space for tenants. So everything you see is going to go, so nothing is staying. So the worktop units, the cupboards, the oven is all going to get ripped out and removed, including the flooring as well. We're going to get rid of the door, also get rid of these walls to really open up the space. We'll have a steel beam that goes right across to maintain and keep the structure. And then this family bathroom that you see in here, again, everything in here will go, and it will allow us to use the combined, what is the current bathroom and the kitchen into one space, creating a nice communal kitchen area. So the current kitchen door that gives you access to the rear, we're going to actually move that downwards and position it here. Then we're also going to have another door which we're knocking through this wall to create for the rear extension, which will be the third and final bedroom for downstairs. So if we walk outside, I'll show you exactly how we're thinking about building out the rear extension and the plan for that as well. So this is the back garden, and we're going to use this entire area to create the rear extension, which will be 6 meters for the third and final bedroom downstairs on the ground floor. So it's going to start from here, where the property ends, and it's going to come down and finish at 6 meters. The door for the room will be here. As I showed you from inside, we'll be knocking through what is currently the family bathroom. The ensuite for this room will be in this corner over here. So it'll be a nice rectangle. And then where the ensuite ends, if you can imagine there's a wall here, we've got an L-shaped kitchen. You've got the wardrobe, you've got the desk, you've got the bedside table, and then you've got the bed at the end of the room there. And what that allows us to do is it allows us to give the tenant all of this area here, sort of floor space. There'll be a nice window here facing that side of the garden, and there'll be a nice window here facing the rear of the garden. So this is the thinking of how we're going to use the space and design out the third bedroom for downstairs. So what I want to do now is take you upstairs and show you how we're going to transform the rooms to create 3 more rooms upstairs. So coming into the third bedroom at the back of the property. Now this room as it stands is too small to use as a room. You couldn't put an ensuite in here because it wouldn't meet the actual required size. So the thinking here is going to be, we're going to brick up this area here so we can actually use this corner. We're going to knock out this area here, and then we're going to have our bed in the corner here. radiator, TV over there. Where I'm standing now will be the wardrobe, bedside table here. You've got a desk here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to knock through this wall here to create a passageway into the second bedroom. So what is actually currently a very small back bedroom is going to turn into one of the largest bedrooms in the property. So I'll show you how we're going to do that. So if you come here, the door to this room is going to be here. So currently we've got the tank. So all of this inside is going to be removed. We're going to knock through this wall here. We're also going to knock through this wall here to allow you to pass through to get into what is the middle bedroom. So just imagine that you've got this part which is knocked out and you're coming in from the other bedroom. And then this area here will be bricked up so that it will just be a wall. We're going to have a kitchen on that side, a sofa seating area here, and then the door to the ensuite for this entire room will be actually here. So it's almost a little bit like a one bedroom apartment that we're creating with this space. And I think with these kind of terrace houses where you have a small back bedroom and a compromised, also relatively small middle bedroom, combining the two to get maximum value is really the way to go and a great way to design it. So I'm going to show you now the ensuite for this room and also what is currently the master bedroom. So I'm currently standing in the upstairs shower room and we're going to use this entire space to create two ensuites. And we're going to do that by putting a wall right across. So we're going to have the two showers, your two sinks, and then your two toilets. And then ensuite for that room that we just came from, and there's going to be an ensuite for this room here. So we'll be knocking through this part of the wall here to create the door, and then we're knocking through this partition wall here to have access to that room. So now I want to show you how we're going to use the space here to create the stairs to go up to the loft. So what's also great about this is we actually have the space and we don't need to pinch space from a bedroom. So we're going to knock out this entire storage unit here, knock out the wooden banister here, and then have the stairs to the loft go right up, facing the rear, turning right, and that allows us to also then get into the loft. So it's a really neat way of just, if you're coming up, you're coming around here, and there's plenty of space just to literally walk and turn and go upstairs. So really happy about the fact that we don't need to pinch space from any other part of the room. So that brings me into the final room of the property. This bedroom here, which is the main bedroom, will be one of the largest rooms in the HMO, coming in at 15 meters squared. So really looking forward to how this actually turns out in the end. We're going to have the bed in that corner there, up against the window, and also then the wall, the bedside table right next to it. We're then going to use this side of the room for everything else. So we're knocking out the chimney breast, obviously getting rid of these fixtures, and then we're having our kitchenette in this space here, the wardrobe right next to it. Then we're going to have the desk here and then the TV bracketed to the wall just above. And that allows the tenant to have everywhere else as floor space. So it's going to be really, really attractive to whoever decides to choose this room. And then we've just come from the shower room. So I'm showing you on this side of the room where the door will be. So we're just creating an incision here through the wall, and then the door to the ensuite will be in that room there. So what's great about this room is we're not actually pinching any space to create the ensuite. So really, really great space. So that's it. That's the tour of this property. And I really wanted to show you how we plan to take this 3-bedroom house into a 6-bedroom all-ensuite HMO, and then walk you through room by room how we've designed it out and then how we're going to transform it into its end product. So stay tuned, because I plan to be showing updates every 3 weeks on how we're going to take it from this state into its final transformation.